For many, Father Paul Watson was a visionary. He was born 150 years ago at the very midst of a division and war raging in his native Maryland during the American Civil War. And so, growing up in such a difficult period of social unrest and reconciliation, he was exposed to the social issues of the time. This helped shape his life, which would lead him to the establishment of groups and movements which today carry on his legacy.
He is an extremely human person, a person who was very related to what was going on in his time, but at the same time had a vision looking forward, seeing beyond the concrete facts of today and seeing how God was moving the course of history.
Born to an Anglican preacher, his desire to care for others led him to establish the Franciscan Friars of the Atonement. The society worked, among other things, to bridge the divide between Anglican and Catholic churches. And that unity he worked for inspired him to come up with the idea of a prayer for unity. It takes place each year now from January 18th to the 25th.
They were two bookends. And the bookends were the chair of Peter on the 18th, so he saw this as a center of unity gathered around Peter's chair. And the 25th was the conversion of Paul, who was the apostle preaching to all the nations.
The origins and purpose of the Week of Prayer is ever present in the book Fire in the Night, an autobiography of Father Watson. The book, soon to be published by the Franciscan Friars, explains how Father Watson understood the need to pray for unity and especially to evangelize to the world.
They believe there is an Anglican God, a Catholic God, a Baptist God, but how can they accept us when we say their God is one? So you see, the scandal of the division of Christians is fundamental. This is what pushed Father Paul to say that this prayer is necessary.
This year's theme focused on the topics of justice and solidarity within unity, which was inspired by the demeaning treatment of the so-called untouchable class in Indian society. And during the Week of Prayer, people are asked to not just pray for Christian unity, but also for closer unity between each individual and God.